The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is warning that non-governmental organizations that engage in terrorism financing and money laundering will be brought to book. The agency says it is mandatory to report to the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering any transaction through any formal financial channels in excess of $10,000 and any cash donations in excess of $1,000. It says civil society organizations have critical roles to play in curbing money laundering and terrorism financing in Nigeria.
Arise News analyst Abiodun Adeniyi joins us to make sense of these developments. Thank you so much for joining us on NewsNight.
My pleasure.
Maybe we should begin with this, call by the EFCC saying that some NGOs and CSOs are actually responsible for providing the oxygen in terms of funding, for these terrorists. What would you say, is making it easy for these NGOs and CSOs to be able to funnel so much funds, and in many cases, or in some cases, to the terrorists?
Yeah, well, but I think we're actually having a problem of understanding here. The way the EFCC is probably perceiving it is not the way the NGOs and the CSO are perceiving it. What it is that the NGOs probably see the insecurity situation, the disturbances going on, as a kind of conflict, a kind of fight between two parties, and from their own point of view, they should operate as neutral agents. So in being neutral, they think they have obligations to the state and obligations to non-state actors. So in trying to carry out the obligation to non-state actors, they're probably offending, the state, which has the upper hand in the circumstance. But what I think essentially government should do through the AFCC is to carry out, substantial investigation, even ahead of this announcement. Because if some of them are actually called people, now you can imagine that they'll begin to hide their tracks, trying to hide to do some things, some other things just to prevent being discovered. So EFCC should rather have gone ahead, investigate them, and if anyone is found culpable, they should be charged in accordance with the laws of the land. So, but again, we need to put it in context, understanding that there's a question of understanding how they perceive their roles as operatives.
The question one is always asking, and especially people online ask the question, why does it always seem so difficult for people in government and agencies of government to name and shame the people who are said to have done wrong, rather than just throwing dirt in the dark and muddying up the water and making it look like there are some people there who are sponsoring terrorism, who are laundering money for terrorism, and so on.
And it's not the first time we're hearing this from the EFCC.
Yeah, because when you raise this alarm, you're just asking those who are probably guilty or those who are perpetrating this act to go into hiding or to devise ways of covering their tracks, and I think it's a shame really that rather than getting down to doing the job, rather come to the media. And do not forget that there have been this campaign over time for us to try to stop media trial, media prosecution of individuals. But what matters from what we understand ordinarily, the way investigators operate is they are always on the ground until the time for prosecution comes.
Until they have a smoking gun.
Absolutely.
But what the EFCC is saying very quickly, they're saying that there is a need for these NGOs and CSOs to actually, report to the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering. That's SCOMI.
Yes,
Would you say that these NGOs actually live up to this expectation, what the law actually says?
Yeah, I think because we're on the same page here. Yeah. If they're not living up to expectation, the EFCC has the upper hand because they work for the state, So why not apprehend these ones or prevent them from further operating in the land? Because with this kind of situation that is before us now, whatever we need to do, all hands have to be on deck, to curb the cases, the rising tension in the land, different levels of insecurity around us. Whatever anybody can do, it should just be done, and we do not need...
Is this a case of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
it's
so
just
before you go in 30 seconds, then
That's
what's
right.
your thought about the videos that just come out from Afaka and those children from...
Yeah, okay. I think all these terrorists, they just have a complete empty sense of the self. And because of this deprivation that they have, they also think that they should rub it on all of us. And in doing that, you know, we are just being dehumanized psychologically the way they are. But what do we do in this circumstance? Government should be much more responsive. The response we are having now is just abysmally poor, and it's unacceptable, just like the previous guest said on this show.
Yeah, and 47 days on, they're still in captivity. Well, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Abiodun Adeniyi,
Thank
for
you.
joining us.